All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. It's 1 o'clock. Welcome, everybody. Excited that you've joined. We are covering 7 creative ways to get listings. I'm going to stop share for a second. Hi, everybody. My name is Aaron Lacey, and this is my co-host. She's on one of the sides.
Hey everyone.
So let's get rocking and rolling. Today's session is all about creative ways to get listings in 2024. And I'm excited to bring these 7 ways to you. And there's also a couple fun little nuggets I've thrown in there and a bonus at the end. And you guys, you won't be disappointed. So what I'd love for you to do, set an intention to just absorb this information, move the distractions out of the way, and make this happen for yourself. We're in an interesting time, really interesting time with this NAR settlement. Wouldn't you agree, Tara?
Absolutely. This has been a very exciting week.
Very exciting week. Last week, very exciting. And listings are more valuable, more important than ever, and they will continue to be so as we look at uncertainty around working with home buyers, how we will get paid as buyer representatives, buyer's agents. And not that buyer representation is going to go away, nor should it, but I'll tell you this, if I was in this business, I'd be focused on listings because listings turn into more listings, listings turn into buyer opportunities. So let's go ahead and kick this off. So this is part of our 2024 marketing webinar series. And this is our second session where we're covering getting listings, but we've got an awesome lineup coming up that really is all about helping you just level up in your business. So next month, we're covering creating and crafting a lead generating online presence. In May, we're covering what's new with ChatGPT and AI. And there's a lot of new stuff. And Tara might even share 1 or 2 of those things with you today, but there's some really cool stuff there. And then in June, we're going to cover 5 steps to video mastery. So make sure you get registered for those upcoming webinars. All right, let's jump forward. So we're covering why listings are more important than ever. We covered that, right? This NAR settlement that should take effect mid-July can change the shape of how we do business in a lot of ways. And so generating listings is more important than ever. I'm going to cover 7 creative ways to generate and create more listing opportunities for you and your business. And then we'll cover some next steps. All right, let's go ahead and get moving. So this was a really interesting stat. And this marketing company called Curator, of which I'm going to share quite a few pieces from them today. Tom Ferry, a real estate coach who you're all familiar with, they actually looked at 4,600 listings generated in roughly a 2-month period. And they found, based on that analysis, that it takes on average of 13 hours of prospecting to acquire a listing. Okay. And you guys, if you think about where you want to be in your business, whether you're a new agent and you're looking to get your first listing, or you're an experienced agent and you want to go from 10 to 15 listings, or you're running a team and you want to go from 50 to 75 listings, this is the formula, right? On average, you're going to need to spend 31 minutes a day prospecting for new listings in order to generate 10 listings a year. And you guys, that's every single working day of the year. So 260 working days. Okay. So 30 minutes a day, every single day of the year will cause you to generate 10 listings. Working and prospecting, marketing, putting together your farms, working on social media, doing some of the things we're going to cover today. If you spend an hour doing those things every single working day, it's very likely you're going to generate 20 listings this year, and so on and so forth. Okay. So we're going to share 7 ideas, 7 things you could be doing to create those listing opportunities for yourself. But of course, there are literally hundreds and thousands of different ways to generate listings in this business. But this is good perspective, right? This is really good just to see, okay, if I'm only spending 15 minutes or 10 minutes having meaningful conversations with homeowners, or if I'm only working on my farming for an hour a week, is that enough? And according to this study, that's not enough. We need to put more time, put more effort into our listing lead generation efforts. All right, you guys, like with any session I start, let's just take the next 20 seconds and ensure that we're coming and learning and showing up from a place of growth, a place of gratitude, a place of abundance versus a place of scarcity, a place of anxiety, and a fixed mindset. So just checking in as I do throughout the day, am I operating from a place of abundance versus a place of scarcity, or from a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset? Because a growth mindset will always create more opportunities and lead to positive outcomes for you. And again, this could not be more valuable, especially in the current space, current time we're in. Again, with this NAR settlement, I know there's a lot of anxiety around that. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of national media headlines saying that over 1 million real estate agents will be pushed out of the business. And so for us, what we can do is we can control our mindset and our behaviors. Okay. So our mindset and the actions and activities that we perform on a daily basis. And I'd encourage you, just focus on what are you thinking about? And then what are you doing as a result? Are you intentional with your time? And are you, again, operating from a place of abundance, place of gratitude? You guys, a little about me. I am one of you. I'm a licensed real estate agent. At one time, I won this leadership team award back in 2005. I've been licensed for almost 20 years. Tara, I saw you giggle there. I actually updated this. There was another award that I had here.
This is new
that said,
information.
yeah. You know what? I was a good producer once upon a time. One year I sold over 40 homes. That was pretty good for me. I was 24, 25 years old. So not bad. And I since went on to, oh, and by the way, I actually have this right here behind me in my office. Actually, you can see it right there. That's it. Right behind the Lego of a really cool plant.
Why did it take you this long to share that with us?
I don't know. Just because. But I've gone on to really just devote my time, my energy, my efforts into marketing, technology, and just helping level up the real estate industry, because that's my passion. My mom was a licensed agent from 1980 to 1989 when I was a very young child. And unfortunately, she didn't make it in the business. And she went on to become a school teacher, and she's since retired. That was part of the catalyst for me getting into the real estate business, getting licensed, and going on to help agents to ensure that no agent fails out of the business like unfortunately my mom did, or fortunately, because I think she was a much better school teacher than she was a realtor. And I've gone on to become I'm a business strategist, digital marketing coach for real estate. Tara's my colleague, and we serve markets in California, Arizona, so Northern California, and I work in Orange County, Arizona. I'm an Inmate Contributing Author and Ambassador, NAR certified technology instructor, and just really excited to get to meet with a lot of you on a weekly, monthly basis and share all the fun stuff that I learned, having gotten to speak with over 10,000 agents in the last 13 years. Tara, I'm going to let you take the floor.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. So I'm Tara Meyer. I am probably the newest addition to the My Home team. Aaron was kind enough to take me under his wing last year. So I've been here working with him, learning from him, as well as from all of the real estate agents that I've been fortunate to work with. But I'm no stranger to real estate. So I've been in the business since 2002. Got my license in Arizona in 2012, was a team lead, ended up getting my broker's license, and I spent some time in prop tech as a program manager as well as a general manager. And prop tech kind of came to an end, and I found myself back into real estate and decided that the digital marketing space was really where my passion was and has always been. Again, fortunate to come into this role to get to help level up others and share everything that I've learned over the last 20 plus years. Really excited to be here as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Tara. So we both practice what we preach. We've been in your shoes. So this isn't just some people that are talking with no experience. We've We know exactly what you're going through. And in fact, later on this afternoon, we're going to record a video we'll put on YouTube and share in our email newsletter, which, by the way, if you're not part of that, drop your email address actually into chat so we can add you to that list. But we're going to talk about the NAR settlement and how that's going to apply to you and your marketing, your branding, and really with a focus on creating differentiation for you in your market and elevating your brand, elevating your authority so that you can command whatever commission you desire. So as Tara mentioned, we're part of a national marketing technology team. This is the squad, the ever-evolving squad there. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and jump in. 7 creative ways to get listings in 2024. And without further ado, here we go. We're jumping in number 1 in no particular order, but in kind of a little bit of an order. I think we've got our brands, we've got our online presence, and as we perform outreach, lead generation, as we do things that cause people to want to know more about us and research us and vet us out, what are they doing? They're turning to Google to find out who we are. And we found that over 90% of our past clients, our referrals, people that we meet at an open house, people that meet us through a social or networking event, right? They are searching for us on Google to figure out if we're the right fit for them. And so it makes sense to understand not just what shows up on Google, but specifically to have a powerful Google business profile. And we spent a lot of time in the Google business space, right? Helping agents create their profiles, optimize those profiles, be found when somebody's searching for them or an agent in their area. But imagine if you were a homeowner for a second and John Agent was competing with Joe Agent for the listing. And after the 2 agents presented their listing strategy, their marketing strategy, they left, and you're sitting by yourself or with your partner, and you jump online to vet them out and go, God, they both showed up really well, John and Joe. But you know what? I just want to know a little more about them. And you as a homeowner searched for John and searched for Joe on Google. And this is what you saw immediately as you pulled up their search results on Google. Which of these agents has a clear advantage right out of the gate? It's definitely John Agent. And John is an actual agent in the Phoenix and Scottsdale, Arizona market, who has spent a lot of time and effort into building and crafting a powerful online brand for himself that is really rooted in a strong and optimized Google business profile. And if we just take a look at some of those different elements of that Google business profile, you can see that Google business profile actually has all of his listings that he currently has active and that he's sold. That full inventory is available in that Google business profile right on Google. Additionally, his social media profiles are all available right on that profile. In my opinion, and Tara, let me know if you agree, 2 things. 1, the Google business profile is your most important online profile. It's the first impression profile for you. And it's also the number 1 location that you should be asking people to review you on.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. And it can act like a hub for all of your other social profiles as well as your website.
Yeah, it's right on the Google homepage, which Google is the gateway to the internet. This is, again, for somebody that's looking to re-engage with you, whether they're a past client or engage with you for the first time as a referral, this is oftentimes their reintroduction or their first impression of you. And then this is a new feature. And I have never seen this on desktop before. And Tara, maybe you have, but you're able to what's called chat with a live agent. And I can send John a message right from my desktop, which goes right to his phone and starts a conversation. Again, this is all right from that Google business profile. Now, this has always existed on mobile, but now it also exists on desktop. Pretty powerful stuff.
Is that part of the messaging feature that's in there?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yep, part of the messaging feature. And they just rolled this out on desktop. So you guys, if you haven't enabled messaging on your Google business profile, or if you don't even have one, what I want you to do is go to business.google.com, get your Google business profile set up right away. and then fill that thing out in its entirety. And you guys don't skip anything. Enable calls, enable messaging. Okay. If you've got any
Hey,
questions, yeah,
yeah, we have one question actually in the chat.
please.
Lavon was wondering about the robocalls that they get saying to add the voice search to your Google business profile and soliciting a membership. What are your thoughts on those?
Cool. Yeah. So Google will never call you. Okay. So just a heads up, Google will never call you. So anybody that's calling you in connection to Google or a Google business profile is a marketing company, and it is not Google. So just keep in mind, they're trying to sell you something. Yep, they're trying to sell you something. So what I would say is you guys just ignore that.
Even the scare tactics, the ones that say your Google business is at risk of being deleted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? These marketing companies, they're pretty unscrupulous these days. And you guys, here's the other thing too. These Google business profiles, they're delicate in the sense that if you update too many things on the profile at a single time, you risk being suspended. And that is really frustrating. There's nothing more frustrating than having a suspended profile. So if any of that stuff happens to you, let us know. Let the person that invited you to this session know, and we'll get you taken care of. Okay. Somebody mentioned I received a message to verify my business and they want photos of a physical location, and she's got no physical office. I would say, yeah. Tara, did you want to chime in on that?
I would say for a location is required for a Google business, but you don't necessarily have to showcase your location. So I would say maybe check how you have it set up to see, are you hiding your location, or do you have it set up with an office? If so, you'll need to showcase you could add some photographs of it. But if you're talking about verification purposes, they will require that whether you are showing your address or if you're just a service-based business, for example. So you still have to have a physical location in order to be a Google business, whether you're operating out of your home or like an office.
And if you are not sure if you have a Google business profile or not, search for yourself on Google. And on the right-hand side, you should see that Google business profile show up in the same way that John's shows up here. Okay. Or you can go to business.google.com, log in. And if you've got multiple Gmail or Google accounts, switch between accounts just to see if a profile shows up. Okay. What you don't want to do is create a duplicate profile. So just ensure that you don't already have a profile before you get started and creating one. Okay. We've got access to some pretty cool tools. We've got actually next month an upcoming online presence training where we're going to get a little deeper into that Google business profile. And we're even going to touch on this tool, which allows you to analyze your ranking on Google with regards to your Google business profile within a certain geographic area, which is really a pretty cool tool. We'll dive into that next month, but there's some great tools and resources around the Google business profile that exist out there, you guys. Highly encourage you, though, to don't let this be the last time you think about your Google business profile. It's a really valuable profile and something you want to pay attention to. Somebody asked, how do we get on Google voice search organically? Google business profile will get you on Google voice search. And when you say Google voice search, I'm assuming you mean a Google smart home device, or if you ask Android, you say, hey, Google, you now have the opportunity to speak through voice to search or to Google. This would be the best way to get your business listed in Google voice search, would be that Google business profile. Now, let me just say this. I don't mention Yelp in the session today, but if you want Siri to be aware of you, or you want to be connected to an Amazon Echo device, then you need to have a Yelp business profile. So just a little pointer there. So for example, if you take out your iPhone and you pop open Siri and you ask Siri who the best real estate agent is near you or in your local market, Siri will actually turn to Yelp for that response. That's why I consider Yelp as being your second most valuable review website and really online business profile behind Google. Okay. So let's move forward past the Google business profile and see how we can take advantage of that Google business profile again to generate listings. So what we can do is once we reach a certain threshold of reviews, then I would recommend you put in some money behind that profile and connect with what's called a local service ad. Okay, so a Google local service ad, you've probably seen these before. They look like this, and they show up when people are searching for example, top realtor in Phoenix, or best realtor in San Jose, or top listing agent in Huntington Beach. You have the opportunity to show up above the search results, above the organic Google business profiles by tapping into this Google advertising opportunity called their local service ads. I've included the link right there, ads.google.com/local-services-ads. That's a mouthful. You could just go to Google and search for local service ads if you want to take advantage of that opportunity. Here's what I would say. It's a great lead generation platform, but you want to make sure that you've got at least 20 reviews on your Google business profile before you do that. Otherwise, you're going to show up with other agents that probably have a substantial amount of more reviews, and it's really going to put you in their shadow a little bit. So don't throw money away. Take advantage of that. And by the way, you guys, you only get charged. This is pretty neat. You actually only get charged when you receive a legitimate lead. So it's not just any lead, or it's not just a click. It's a legitimate message from a legitimate opportunity, or a phone call from a legitimate opportunity. And you have the ability to dispute the leads so that you're not charged, and you're only charged per legitimate lead. Okay. Penny asks, how do I get rid of a duplicate Google business profile? Log in to the account that is the owner of that Google business profile and remove that. That's be the best way to do that. Okay. All right, guys, let's go to number 2. Number 2 would be CMAs and equity reports. CMAs and equity reports. Now let's jump right in. CMAs. Right, Mr. Jimmy Burgess really coined the CMA a day strategy. I don't know if you guys have seen this video. It's been posted on all over the last several years. RPR actually featured this as well, this strategy, but it helped him generate $11 million in listings in 6 months in his local market. And that's actually pretty decent where he's at, especially this was 4 or 5 years ago. Here's what I would say. Here's the strategy. Okay. What happened is you do a CMA using your favorite CMA platform, whether it's the MLS, RPR, Cloud CMA. You've got something else, that's okay, built into your CRM, right? You do a CMA for somebody that you have an address for, right? Probably we'd start off with our highest opportunity past clients, right? Somebody we helped buy a home, and maybe that was 3, 4, 5 years ago. Okay, so again, what's the lowest hanging fruit in our database? It's the people that we're still connected to that bought a home 5, 10 years ago. Okay, and then I'd back into, from there, I'd start working and generating CMAs with people that maybe just bought in the last couple of years. But everyone wants to know what their home is worth. That's why the Zillow's estimate is seen as being so valuable, and it's so popular amongst homeowners. What you do is, so you create the CMA, and then what Jimmy's done is he's actually even popped open Google Earth and zoomed in on the actual home. So the homeowner's home on Google Earth. So you just plug in the address, it zooms right into that home. And then you pop open a screen recording software. Maybe you have Bomb, which has a screen recording feature to it, or Loom, and you record yourself going through that CMA, incorporate the Google Earth zoom into the home, and you email that to a homeowner and say, just wanted to let you know what your home was worth. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Here's why I love this opportunity. Number one is it's an item of value you're providing somebody. And what happens when you provide somebody with an item of value? The law of reciprocity kicks in. They feel obligated to, at a minimum, respond. right? And at a maximum, it's creating opportunities. They're finding that 3 out of 10 of these CMAs is creating some sort of meaningful conversation and or listing presentation opportunity. The other thing is it's keeping you top of mind, and it's putting you in a little bit of a different or elevated light. It's putting you in the same vein as one of the homeowner's other trusted advisors, like a financial advisor, an accountant or CPA, a family doctor, an attorney, right? You are letting that homeowner know what the value is of their most important asset, likely their most important asset in their business. Okay, that's the CMA a day strategy. Whether you send out one CMA a day, it's gonna take probably 20, 30 minutes, or you send out multiple, right? And again, there's levels to this. You could just start knocking out CMAs. I know quite a few of you probably have HomeBot. That would be the lowest level, where you're just adding a bunch of homeowners to HomeBot, and it's inviting them all to get access to this Home Digest, right? That would be level 1 all the way through what Jimmy's strategy is. That would be, I would say, probably a level 5 or a high level opportunity that's going to really create the highest level of return for you. All right, let's keep moving through this. Man, I've got a lot to share, and I need to speed it up, Tara. All right, you guys, here's another opportunity. Okay, this is from my friend Jimmy Mackin over at Curator. This is where you take a picture of somebody's home that's somebody in your database, a homeowner in your database, pop their home up on Zillow right on your phone and screenshot their home, and then send it to them via text and just say something along the lines of, I was on Zillow earlier today looking for a few properties in your neighborhood, and I thought I'd check out your home's estimate. They estimate your home's value is whatever that Zestimate is. And then you say, I have my opinion, but I love to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Okay. And here are the results of this. Here's what's happening. If you do 3 of these a day, it's turning into 2 conversations a day, which is turning into 1 to 2 listing appointments a week, which is turning into 2 to potentially 3 listings a month. Let me rephrase that. Let me just repeat that. So 3 of these a day, leads to 2 conversations a day, leads to 1 to 2 listing appointments a week, and 2 to 3 listings a month. Is this worth your time? Is this creating conversations? Absolutely.
I'd say an alternative to this one too, just to add on to that, is even just finding a neighboring property that may be around it that might spark some interest. Hey, did you see what your neighbor's property just sold for? Same kind of conversation.
Love that. Awesome, you guys. Another form of equity outreach, right? Equity update, a poll, right? And you actually posting this on Instagram stories. I just did an equity report for one of my clients who's gained $155,000 in equity in the past 4 years. Do you want an equity report? Yes, please. What's an equity report? Help me buy so I can make that kind of money. So this is you engaging with your audience on social media. Now, there's going to be a few more of these, but the engagement is exciting. I don't know about you, Tara, but when I'm scrolling through my story posts and somebody's asking questions, oftentimes I'll respond just for fun. It's just fun, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. It takes all the friction out of like any hesitation. Nobody else can see your answer except for the person that asked the question.
Yeah.
And
It
it's
creates
also
engagement.
totally, that's exactly what I was just going to say.
And you guys, I've got an agent in the Phoenix market, and he's the top solo agent at his 200 agent brokerage. And one of the major reasons for that is he started adding a weekly poll to his Instagram story strategy. And it simply tests your real estate IQ. And he asks questions about communities and home prices. And it's usually 3 questions. And the questions usually look something like this, but it's, how much do you think this home is worth? How long do you think how old do you think this home is? What do you think the average home price is in his local market? And then at the end, the next day after the 3 questions have run their course, he then will take and write the names of all the winners, put their names on it, write them on a piece of paper, put them in a hat, and do a drawing right on his story feed, pull out a winner and say, congratulations, Joe, you've won a gift card, or you've won a whatever that looks like. And he's got some of his partners and some other folks, some other businesses that are contributing gift cards and gift baskets and other things like that. And he went from having 5 responses, and I think his most recent one had over 200 responses. And it's just creating a lot of fun, a lot of connectivity. People want to be, he shows you who answered all the 3 questions correctly. So there's usually a list of people, and everyone wants to be on that leaderboard, that list.
Super exciting. The other thing, and I think that it's really important to like stress how important engagement is, especially on stories, because what it's telling Instagram is that these 2 people who are engaging with each other want to see more of each other. That means you as a poster are going to start showing up in the people who respond to you's feeds and in their stories more often. And that's what we want, right? It's not just about the engagement and getting people to enjoy interacting with you on the platform, but it's also about visibility and making sure that you're showing up consistently, even when you're not posting these polls.
100%. The more they engage with your content, the more content they're going to see from you. And that's the name of the game. Staying top of mind, continuing to create that brand awareness. But again, lead generating. A lot of agents say, Aaron, Tara, how do we generate leads organically on social media? This is how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you do it. You guys, let's move to number 3, sphere of influence farming, or our database, or farming our network. Here is an example of a piece here where this agent went to Zillow, took a screenshot of a home, and then this is a graphic they made in Canva, but this could be a postcard. This could be a letter that was dropped off at somebody's house with a Post-it that says, would you sell for 10% more than this? Text me at, right? So it's just something easy, something that's fairly casual, that's kind of value add, but that has a call to action. And it's just a simple question. Would you sell for 10% more than this? It just starts a conversation. The agent's not saying, I can sell your home for 10% more than this, but would you? Would you sell for 10% more than this? And here's actually what's happened. This is really an interesting process here. And the process is, if you can, print out 100 of these a week, drop off 20 per day, right? Now, I know that's some sweat equity, and then follow up with a phone call, but you can use tools like Fetch or PropStream or Flash Farm to build a list of people. Maybe it's a new list that have owned a home for 5, 7+ years, have an interest rate of 4.5% or higher with a certain amount of equity. Again, that would be for people that you're not already connected to, but people you're connected to, again, this could be a conversation starter, right? Just something that gets them to think, you know what? We would be interested in talking. What have you got? You guys, another strategy here. How to generate $80,000 in less than 1 week. This is an actually agent that utilized this equity update strategy, said, hey, Mary, I just wanted to do a quick equity update for you. It looks like homes like yours are selling between 625 and 675, depending on finishing and amenities. I'm not sure if you've had any thoughts of selling this year, but even if you don't, I wanted to know where you're at. So this is just a simple text message. Now, of course, this could potentially be an email. This could be a direct message on Facebook, Instagram. But what happened, I know it's a little hard to see, but he and his team sent out 30 of these, 30 CMAs. So they got responses. They sent out 30 CMAs, booked 12 appointments, took 5 listings and sold 5. One was double-ended. That equated to $80,000 in revenue. So again, the process was send the CMA via email, text the client, follow up with a phone call. Okay. And you guys, this replay will be shared on YouTube and shared with you guys. So don't feel like you need to take furious notes or screenshot or take pictures. This will be available for you. Okay. So I just wanted to include, I don't know if we're gonna have time to go through all of these, but a few other scripts that you could send out to your database, to your sphere. Here's 3 other ideas. One is, this real estate market driving you crazy? And it just shares some quick stats talking about buyer demand, active listings, how the conditions are creating challenges for buyers and sellers, and simply prompting some sort of response, as you can see here. I'd love to know which goal best describes your situation. I'm renting, but I'd love to buy this year. I'd sell if I could find a new home to move into, or no real estate plans this year. Just let me know where you're at. Yeah, and then follow up via text. Hey, Brad, just hope you're well. Hey, I just sent you an email. Let me know what bucket you fall into, 1, 2, or 3. Again, just starting some conversations, you guys, just engaging with your people. There's no point in having a database or a contact list or a spreadsheet with people if we're not reaching out to them consistently. Here's another option for you. It's been too long. And this one was really provoked by this agent seeing something that this person had posted on social media, in this case, LinkedIn, and sent them an email and just said, hey, it's been too long since we connected. I want to congratulate you on whatever the news was that this person shared on social media. In this case, it was a recent job promotion. And hey, I'm not sure if you've been following the news about real estate market, but it's been pretty wild. I'll check back in a week or so and give you an update on what's happening in the local market. In the meantime, I'm here if you need me. Just a re-engagement, right? I know a lot of us have lost contact or could do a better job of staying in constant contact with our people. And this is a great little script that causes you to just perform some kind of organic, like authentic outreach. Here's another example, just checking in. Hey, it's been a long time since I reached out and said hello. Wanted to check in with a quick real estate update. Not sure if you've been following the news about the real estate market, but it's been pretty wild. I'll check back in a week to give you an update on what's happening in your local market. In the meantime, I'm here if you need me. So again, just a shorter version of that last one, especially maybe for those that aren't connected to somebody on social media, so we don't really have much context. And of course, as we know, it has been a wild couple of weeks. You guys, you could add the NAR settlement. Hey, I just want to create some clarity around what you've been seeing in the news with regards to this NAR settlement, with regards to home buyers, with regards to commissions. Here's the thing, you guys, if you're not educating your network, your people, your past clients, your sphere on what's happening with all of the news they're seeing, then their only education and knowledge of what's going on is from a talking head on a large news station. And that would be an absolute shame. Let's keep rocking and rolling. You guys, neighborhood expert. Okay. Neighborhood expert. Homeowners want to work with the neighborhood expert, right? They want to know who is the expert, who understands my neighborhood, my home better than anybody else, who understands and has a list of home buyers that would cause the process to be shortened and as seamless as possible that could plug in a home buyer. And as an example, this is a real estate team in the Georgia market, and they do 1-minute market updates in front of the communities that they specialize in. And I know I touched on this a little bit in our farming session, but you guys, if you're not getting out and recording videos in the communities that you work, I think you're missing out on a huge opportunity. This type of stuff creates conversations. It shows that you're an expert and you're an authority in these markets, especially if you do it consistently. And if you put just a few dollars behind a post like this and you target the community, you can see some incredible results. And you guys, tap into Flash Farm, Fetch, your data providers, your homeowner data sources for lists of homeowners in these areas that you want to specialize in. You can get right into their news feed. I'm going to share with you how to do that in just here in a moment. But now imagine putting this video in the news feeds of all the homeowners in that community. Here's another thing that I shared actually in our last session, talking about really a unique marketing piece that you can send out. And this marketing piece was sent out by Peggy, who works, fortunately enough, she actually works in Maui, which wouldn't that be nice? But this helped her generate a $4.4 million listing. And here's what's neat about this type of unique marketing. You guys, this service is available there's multiple different sources for this, but here's one, Yellow Letters Complete, right? They'll even do printed, what looks like handwritten or true handwritten letters. And the cost ranges from 40 cents, 48 cents and 97 cents to $1.52. And look at this, it's actually handcrafted by human writers. So you don't have to send out thousands of these, but imagine sending out dozens. to potential opportunities. What about using this for expired opportunities or for sale by owners or for people that are meaningful to you? This is a really neat opportunity, you guys. Definitely check that out.
Focusing on your hot movers in any of your farms too. That'd be a good opportunity for that.
100%, which I know that if you're not familiar with flash farms, that's where you can get that list of hot movers, get access to that. All right, you guys, number 5, predictive farming. This is really some newer technology that scores homeowners in a specific area and tells you who's likely to sell over the next 12 months, right? And there's a lot of different players in this space. One of my favorite ones is offers, OFFRS.com. What you do is you plug in a zip code, you select a territory within that zip code or the entire zip code. And for a monthly subscription fee, offers will serve you up all the homeowners in that area. It'll also give you contact information for those folks. And then the best part of all, utilizing AI, utilizing all the data, almost 300 data sources that it taps into, it will score those homeowners and rank them based on who's most likely to sell over the next 12 months. And the absolutely insane part of this is that this service has over a 65% accuracy rate in predicting likely sellers over the next 12 months. Pretty cool stuff, right? Really cool stuff. Utilizes AI, utilizes machine learning. Here's another service that does something similar, Likely.ai. Again, if you're looking to really fine tune and be intentional with your dollar spend and in your farming efforts, these are the tools I tap into. Flash Farm's another great one with the Likely Mover service, where instead of pulling a list of 3,000 homes and mailing and marketing and doing ringless voicemail to them, instead, you're now going after 223 of the 3,000. Okay. And one other one I want to just spotlight here is there's really two here. Revaluate. Actually, just Revaluate will take your list, your contacts in your CRM, and using its prediction engine, so it will rank them based on who's likely to sell or buy over the next 12 months. Some pretty neat technology. So you just export all your contacts out of your CRM and import them into Revaluate, and they'll tell you who's likely to buy or sell the next 12 months. So some cool stuff there. Okay. All right, guys, let's keep moving forward. Speaking of lists, what else can we do with a list other than send them mail, potentially send them a ringless voicemail, knock on their door, make a phone call, send a text message, an email, right? Those are all different marketing efforts, which we talked about in our last webinar, this multi-channel marketing campaign. But you guys, Facebook and Instagram custom audiences. And I was going to take a moment, I believe I still have the browser window up, to show you what this looks like and how you can get to this. In fact, I'm going to do that for you right now, because I still think this is one of the best opportunities for you in real estate to lead generate, to stay top of mind with contacts that you have in a list, whether they're all the contacts from your CRM or all the contacts from your phone. What you'll do is you'll go to business.facebook.com. On the left-hand side, you're going to see an all tools option. You're going to click on audiences. Okay. That's going to pop up an audience page that allows you to then create audience and create that custom audience and upload a list, you guys. If you have a CSV or can get access to a CSV of homeowners, home buyers, your contacts, you can load that into this opportunity, this feature of Facebook, the Facebook advertising platform, and you can pay Facebook to get into upwards of 60, 70, 80, 90% of their news feeds on Facebook and Instagram on a consistent basis. And we know that 90% of American adults have Facebook and Instagram accounts, and they're checking those for over an hour a day. This is your opportunity to stay top of mind with them. build your brand, and even create conversations for yourself using this opportunity.
Do you think is there a minimum of contacts you should have when uploading a customer list?
Yes, minimum of 100.
All right.
Yeah, minimum of 100. But you guys, I would say the more the better. If you can get access to lists that exceed 500 or 1,000, again, now you just have a bigger opportunity size, right? A bigger pool to fish from. Let's move forward. Facebook, Instagram phishing. We talked about that with the polls, with the surveys, with the questions in your story feed. Here's one more example of that. Again, just creating that engagement can oftentimes lead to opportunities. Are you planning on selling your home in 2024? Are you planning on selling this year? Again, what does that look like? This is creating opportunities. How can you engage your people and ask them questions? They enjoy it. They like it. It's not something that bothers them, right? It's them interacting with it causes them to stop the scroll and actually do something. And people love filling out quizzes and answering questions. You'd be surprised at how many people engage with that. And if a ton don't engage initially, don't give up. Keep doing it. Show them that you're committed to that. All right, you guys. I wanted to share a bonus for you. Tara, did you want to throw something in there?
I was just going to say, if nobody's responding, you can always just get in there and respond yourself, just so it looks like that somebody is. And so you can share those answers. That's a little trick I've heard from some people as they're just getting started out.
Love it.
I know it's silly, but
No, it's all good. Fake it till you make it, right? All right, guys, I want to share a
exactly.
bonus with you. This one's pretty interesting. I bet you didn't know that you can look at all of the ads that are posted to Google and Facebook. Google and Facebook. I'm going to just share my screen here for a second. I want to show you what this looks like. So let's start with Google. And if you're in the Arizona market, I'm going to pull up favorite everybody's favorite company. Actually, this isn't the one I was intending to pull up, but this is one. So if you go to adstransparency.google.com, adstransparency.google.com, you can actually, you'll see a screen that looks like this, ads transparency for a safe and open internet. And you can search for any business or advertiser or website name here. And for example, Zillow, select them from the dropdown, and you can see that they have upwards of 60,000 Google ads currently running on Google. And you can see every single one of those ads in all these different formats, image, text. You can see all the videos that they're sharing. And do you think Google knows how to advertise? Zillow knows how to advertise on Google pretty effectively? I would say, yeah.
Yes.
I would say, heck yeah. You guys, how about this one? This is a big marketer in multiple markets, 72 sold. On Google, they're running around 500 ads, and they're all about listings, right? They're all about selling your home. Here's every single one of those ads. And we can look at different formats, images. We can look at text. We can look at video, right? If those exist there. This is the Google Ads Transparency Center. Pull up your competitors. Pull up other companies. What I've done, you guys, is actually, let me share with you something pretty neat. I've actually gone and figured out, you've seen that list of referral-based lead sources where you can actually, the no upfront fee lead sources, it looks like this. Has everybody seen this list? The no upfront fee lead sources. Some of these provide seller leads. I searched for every single one of these companies in that Google Ads Transparency Center. Okay. And I found that a handful of them are utilizing Google Ads. They've got some Google Ads there. And those ones are Homelight, 72 Sold, Open Door, and Mellow Home. Okay. Here's what I'll do. I'll just paste those right into chat. But it's really interesting just to see what their ads look like, because their goal is to generate listings. So, and they're big listing providers, listing referral services. So you get to see what they're advertising on Google. Let's jump over to Facebook. You guys, check this out. I can go right to, so it's facebook.com/ads/library. And let me just show you what you can do here. This is just really pretty interesting. So it's going to allow you to search all the ads that are active on Facebook and Instagram. And now what you would do is you would choose a location. Now that's country. An ad category, you can just say all ads, and then you would search for an advertiser. So let's just type in Zillow, for example. We'll want to select and ensure that's the right Zillow below. And I see, yeah, this business page has 2.7 million followers. This must be the real Zillow. I'm going to select that. Here is what this says. Zillow has around 130 ads currently running on Facebook and Instagram. Here's what they say. And I can scroll through and I can view each. I can view the videos. I can see whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or both, right? It tells me when they started running the ads. You can do that with any business page that's running ads on Facebook. Let me repeat that. Any business page on Facebook that's currently running ads, Facebook will show you the ads they are running. So again, you can do some snooping on what some of these other companies and competitors are doing with regards to listing lead generation on social media. But here's the other thing that I wasn't even aware of until I started digging in a little deeper into this, is that you can actually come down and select housing as an ad category. And now we can see all the ads related to housing where somebody has used the word valuation or listing or sell your home.
You could even search by city in there.
You can search by city. You can search by city. Yep. Yeah, so cool. So type in Scottsdale or San Jose. Here are all the housing related ads in your market active on Facebook and Instagram. Pretty cool stuff, you guys. Now, don't get too deep into this. Don't spend hours and hours of time on this that are taking away from your prospecting. But I can tell you this, a lot of these advertisers know what they're doing, and there's some valuable stuff to be found here, you guys. So again, just as a bonus, check it out. The Facebook Ads Library and the Google Transparency Center. All right, let's jump back in. We've got just a few minutes left. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. I wanted to wrap it up with something that I thought was really interesting that I found in doing a lot of research for this webinar. I found this, and I thought this was really interesting. This was from a marketing company called Curator, of which I'm a big fan, Jimmy Mackin, Chris Smith. They're based out of Boston. But the perfect listing promotion process. If you get a listing, these are all the different touch points, marketing opportunities that exist with one listing, right? Before you even get that listing, you can create a build a buzz email just to create some buzz around a listing. Hey, I've got an upcoming property that's going to come to market. Hey, respond back to this email or click here on my story post if you want to know a little more about it. Here's a little bit of information on it. Build a buzz Instagram story post. Do some circle prospecting, right? Around the community, around the area, the nearest 100, 200 neighbors. A coming soon email. A coming soon lead gen ad. Coming soon Instagram story. Okay. Circle prospecting once that property is listed. A just listed email. A just listed social post, story and post. A just sold letter once you sell that property. A just sold success story email to your database. A just sold success story blog post. A just sold Instagram story with a seller offer, and another circle prospecting opportunity, you guys. That is 14 opportunities to create engagement, to market a single listing. And June asked, is there a company that does this? This company right here actually will do this. Curator. Yes, there is. You guys, in conclusion, I love this quote from Alex Smith, the author of No Bullshit Strategy. He's a strategist. He's an author. He goes deep into strategy. He's a really interesting and exciting follow on LinkedIn, by the way. He said that we have to remember that the strategy itself is nothing. It's just words on a piece of paper, or in this case, it's just images on a screen. What actually counts is the action that the strategy provokes. And therefore, the first way we must judge a strategy is like that. Does it make you act? You guys, please take action, because if you don't take action on one or two or three things that we talked about today, then you're not going to create any growth based on this information today. In order to do more, in order to close more transactions, in order to do more than you did last year, you're going to have to just perform at a different level. You're going to have to try some new strategies. Please take action, you guys. And I know I covered a lot of bases. Pick one or two or three things and run with those things. Okay. And again, you guys, make sure you're registered for all of our webinars. Our one next month is crafting a lead generating online presence. We're going to get deeper into that Google business profile, and make sure you've RSVP'd to that. If you haven't, scan this QR code, or you can go to bit.ly/Team Aaron webinars. Either way will get you to where you want to be. And by the way, if we haven't connected and you are a $5-10 million producer or more, we would love to chat with you. If you're not, and you're like, Aaron, but I'm going to get there, I'd love to chat with you. But make sure you keep attending our webinars. If you're part of a team, a brokerage, and a marketing association, a networking group, you guys, we do training sessions. There's no cost to these. We'd love to come in and make you look good and bring some awesome value to your team, your brokerage, your group. Let others know about us, and we're going to promise to make you look good. And then if you found value in this session, and thank the person that invited you to this, and thank yourself for investing in your business. We'll see you guys all next month.